So, this month I had a little challenge. I saw a post by the IDSA that had their spring challenge on, basically saying, hey, it's spring, get on a board, do some kilometers. And I never really did that. I never really tracked my kilometers because I always had a goal in mind. And with a goal, I meant a destination. So I always reached that destination. Why would I track anything about that? But this month I thought, well, why not simply give it a try? So I downloaded an app, I chose Strava, and set the goal to 100 kilometers. And I reached it, even before the end of the month. And I actually learned quite a lot. And this is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to share my learnings about my month of skating. So the first thing I learned is that my push technique sucks. After like a week of skating almost daily, I got some hip pain. And that made me look into myself and feel a little, what am I doing wrong? Usually if I made some kind of distance, I was expecting to be a little bit sore because I'm not doing it that often. But these were not long distances, these were short distances, but in a regular timely fashion. So something I was doing was kind of wrong. And I realized that my core was so floppy and my glutes weren't acting at all. So I had to focus on that and improve my pushing technique. This also made me realize that I probably want to make a video asking people who do this better than me how they push, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I kind of went into myself and looked at my errors. I think I'm a better pusher now, but there's still a lot of work for me to do. But I'm happy that I looked into this. So I kind of improved my pushing. Also, I improved my switch technique by a lot, which helps a lot when you're going upwards. One other thing I learned is that my pumping technique also sucks. When my hips was kind of hurting, I thought, well, I need to pump more. And well, the roads that I ride on, they kind of suck. So pumping is not a lot of fun on them. But the parts where I could pump, I realized that my toe side pump is really bad. I'm not getting nearly as much energy as from my heel side. So I kind of worked on that too, and that was actually also pretty good. By the end of the month, I could improve my average speed for about 2 kilometers an hour, which in my opinion is pretty good. But after realizing that my pushing and my pumping sucked, let's go for some positive things now, right? To kind of distribute the load a little more, I tried land paddling. I had a land paddle laying over here for quite a lot of time, but I never used it. Why? Why would I want to challenge myself? I have boards I'm really comfortable on. Why not just ride them because I'm lazy? And well, since my hip was hurting, I just thought, well, just give it a try, and it was super fun. So much fun that I'm thinking about getting a proper setup for that, and maybe trying another stick. I did my rides with the Kahuna Big Stick, but I really want to look into the Brab stick. So if you have experience on that, feel free to put it in the comments. I'm curious about what you think. And one more thing I learned is that this is something that you've been telling me all along, but my shoes suck. And they are really done for after this. I could basically poke a hole in it with my finger. So if you also have some recommendation for some good shoes, feel free to tell me. Also, one thing I realized for me is that longboarding with a physical goal in mind is more fun than just longboarding with a kilometer goal in mind. If I just set myself a simple goal like getting a protein bar from the grocery store, it is way more fun for me than just saying, hey, I want to ride 10 kilometers today. So this cardio mentality of longboarding is probably not too much for me. And of course, it's way more fun having good routes. Riding in nature is way more fun than having to navigate cars, pedestrians, and bad roads. And some cool things that I realized is that I got pretty bored because the route was always the same, but this kinda made me push myself a little more. Because the surroundings were boring, I had to challenge myself somewhat. And I did two things. I improved my switch pushing a lot, especially uphill. I really went fast on switching from left to right, so I got way better than that. And on the downhills, I got way more comfortable at speed. My top speed was about 38 kilometers an hour, which is not that fast, in general, but for me, it was a good challenge and I got quite comfortable at it. So this is something that I really enjoyed and kind of made me want to go learn downhill again. I mean, I don't have that much time, but I will probably take some time in the next couple of months and just try to get a little better at it. It's super fun, but of course you have to kind of be prepared. So yeah, I got way more comfortable at speed. And in general, just being faster and being more comfortable at speed means that my abilities as a rider, just in everyday situations, have improved quite a lot. So I can just use the longboard as a way more competent tool, or I'm way more competent at using the longboard like a tool. So I will probably use it even more right now. Was it fun in the end? Not that much. I will probably try to implement such time trials every now and then just to work on my skills, but this is not something I will do on like a forever basis. So I could expand my skills quite a lot, but it's not the way I prefer riding. There are other things I just like way more than riding for kilometer goals. So I will do it every now and then, but not on the long run. It also made me experiment with setups because I was riding the same route every day. So you can expect that I learned quite a lot for further reviews. And yeah, I guess this is it for this experiment. Did you do something like this? Maybe even the IDSA challenge? If yes, feel free to put it in the comment. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye.